Managed to avoid. Actually, there's some evidence.
And pause. Can you all hear that or not?
Yeah.
There's some evidence that suggests people reading interactively, particularly if they do writing with notes and passing things along while they're reading online, engages different cognitive centers than sitting passively reading a book. So there is some hope that in fact, our cognition is being changed by the medium that we're using online. The second point I want to make is one of the things that hasn't been touched on by the panel. One of the big changes in new media isn't just new narrative, new voices, more voices. It's that old media actively excluded a large number of people, ruling their viewpoints illegitimate. And by taking control of media ourselves, by moving it to the edge, we don't have to worry about whether or not the editors of the New York Times or whoever get to decide whether or not we have a voice in important topics. And that's a fundamentally important issue.
You're right to it.
Thank you. And there, sir.
I represent the elder Philistines in the room.
Philistines of the house!
For us, Philistines is economic context. Now, there are two economic issues. One is the macroeconomic issue, which is how long can the YouTubes and the Facebooks keep going without making money? And the second is microeconomic, which is how long can you guys keep going without finding a way to bring in resources to support you? And what are the sources of those resources that you see coming in?
That's my grandfather. That's a good grandfather.
When am I getting my money back? When am I getting my investment back? What's the ROI?
Let's see if we can do a sentence on a sentence on macro and a sentence on micro, because we're running out of time.
Macro, I forget which was which. You can. We can pull in money through ad spacing, and then through being able to. That's how YouTube actually makes a lot of money from people. Some people actually buy space on those websites. So it's the same way a television show would have commercials. One of the problems is how to turn that into a career. And that's, I think, where Michael has had a previous success of being a filmmaker, and why someone like me, yes, I dream of doing something a little, beyond the web one day. Because that answer that's a question still without an answer. Because you can make temporary money, you can make short-term money without long-term money. You can have a great job and a great show without a career. And that's one of the things that I guess, looking forward have to worry about.
On the macro, the way that money works is a little different because the cost structure keeps collapsing. And so YouTube as this big financial drain isn't quite an accurate story. Their bandwidth cost is essentially zero, for example, because of the way Google has set up these relationships with other companies, and these bits are becoming freer and freer to pass around. So the standard question about how does that business get supported is a little different because the whole infrastructure and less cost structure is different. On the micro, you can use this to get into paying platforms like live stages, like television or movie screens. You can merchandise hilarious t-shirts that no one will buy because they're afraid to. And you can start, when you look at what happened in the music business, you had a few people made a lot of money, everybody else was broke, and most people weren't musicians. Now the balance of that curve is flattening out a little bit. Fewer superstars, more people making average money, and more people overall doing the hobby. So in this business, there'll be a few megastars, there'll be more people being able to pass off and pay portions of their rent and then larger parts of their rent to be able to work part-time in a place they don't like, rather than full-time in a place they don't like. But those are very revolutionary and important steps toward kind of pursuing your passion and being able to finance that through said passion. Many more people can do that today than yesterday, and many more will be able to do it tomorrow than today because of some of these tools.
Yeah, amen.
And if you want to help Matt with his, you can, we're going to wrap up now, but when you get home, you can make sure to join the Facebook group and check out the website, and all your friends will see, oh, you joined something, and help them get traction, because it is one person at a time.
Super quick thing.
You want to do a pitch? We're going to do a closing pitch.
Closing pitch. No, it's not a closing pitch. Brand integration is a great way to make money. I think what Barry Tunde was saying is that the line with Life is Cause wasn't also in discussing things with sponsors and with people who were interested in the larger context. So I think this really worked, because it pulls back to one of our earlier questions about old media and how that works with new media. One of the great things with the business model of old media is that is not yet dead either. with sponsors and advertisers. It's just finding its way onto smaller and smaller screens.
Take their money while it's still there.
So what we're going to do now, because we really should follow Michael's inspiration and have some time to talk to each other face to face. Some of these chairs are going to clear out. We have drinks, and we invite everyone to stick around and talk to each other with the panelists. Thank you for coming tonight.
You see a silver campaign at 9, silver Tuesday campaign at 9. Yes! It worked! I crowdsourced it!